name is Omarana from egmCarTech.
And I'm Tamer Arabi.
And we're here at an event called Main Street in Motion, sponsored by GM, where you can test drive the best of GM's cars and compare it to their competitors and see what you like better. Tamer, I don't know what you test drove today. I wasn't with you most of the day, so you tell me.
Well, I test drove these puppies right behind you, Omar. We got a lineup of Corvettes right here. 006s, nice stuff. I had a blast so far. Camaro SSs, I've test driven a Lexus, I've test driven an Acura, a couple Acuras. It's been a blast, and I think
so
GM,
more than just sports cars.
More than just sports cars. I mean, I test drove the Buick Enclave as well. I mean, a bunch of GMC trucks. I think GM is doing a great thing here. They're saying, hey, we believe in our product, and we're putting them up against our competitors.
That's right. What car did you like the best?
Hands down, had to be the Camaro. I mean, it gave me a
convertible
real
or coupe?
Drove the convertible, obviously. You know, I'm picky with that.
What about an SUV?
I'll tell you, the Buick Enclave came off as the most luxurious of the SUVs. In general, the Buicks were very luxurious. I wasn't a big fan of how they drove, though, including the Enclave. The Ford Explorer, hands down, was the best SUV here, and that's probably not what GM wants to hear. You know, given consumers a chance. They were long. Giving a consumer a chance to test out, you know, the Equinox, right, and a whole lot of GMC trucks. But the SUV here that was the best was the Ford Explorer. It has a really nice look to it, exterior, interior. I like the seating in the back, the 2-2 lineup, very spacious. And hey, the Explorer's not on a truck platform anymore, but it still gives you the feel of a truck with the smoothness of a car. I loved it.
Did you drive the Chevy Cruze?
I did, and you know how I feel about those kinds of cars, Omar. I'm not gonna get excited about them.
Well, I drove the Chevy Cruze, the Hyundai Accent, and the Toyota Corolla, and I have to say the Chevy Cruze was my favorite out of all those three. I know the Hyundai Elantra is doing really well in sales, but Chevy Cruze, it handled nicely, it was smooth, very nice seating, very nice quality inside. I think that's the one to go for if you're in that market.
Definitely. What were you most impressed with here?
I drove the Camaro SS. I'm a huge Camaro fan, so I'm gonna go home with that. It was awesome. Handled nicely, had a lot of power. I like it a lot.
And as I said, I was most impressed with the Corvette. How about, what were you least impressed with?
Least impressed with? I would say the Buick Regal. It felt like it had too much lag. It's just like acceleration was kind of slow. You know, it was nice. Very nice quality inside, very nicely built. Right. But it's just acceleration wasn't
performance-wise though. But what about the look? I mean, it had a very luxurious look.
Very nice look.
And I will say, hands down, all the Buicks looked more luxurious than any of the Acuras. We had a TL here, an MDX, and a TSX.
Yep.
Performance-wise, the TSX was the best, right, that you expect. But luxury-wise, hey, I mean, if you're in the market for luxury and not so much performance, I'd say go with the Buick, and I'm surprised to say that.
I'm going to buy a Buick after the show, actually.
I'm impressed. Hey, they surprised me the most. I'll tell you that much.
So you're going to buy a Buick now, right? No more BMWs, just Buicks.
No, I think I'll stick with my BMW for now. But I will highly recommend the Buicks in terms of quality of the interior, and just quality in general from a luxury perspective. If you're into performance, though, you know, you really got to test drive and make sure it's giving you what you're looking for.
Did you head over to the pickup stand over there?
Yeah, the GMC Sierra was very impressive.
Sierra Denali.
It was a
luxury pickup.
That thing was a bad boy. That was a bad boy.
Really nice, very nice quality inside.
Yep.
Doesn't feel like you're going to work if you're, you know, into construction or anything like that. But it was really nice.
Right.
And then
impressed.
They had a Dodge Ram there. I mean a Ram, not more Dodges.
Right.
But they had a Ram there, and it was all right. It was nice. But I like the Sierra Denali better. So they had a little nice course setup where you can see how it feels if it's off balance and stuff like that. It was kind of cool.
And it was really cool because, as you can see behind us, the Meadowlands complex.
Let's get into the week's news now. First up, Mercedes-Benz released the CC3 AMG Coupe Black Series. Right, 6.3 liter V8, naturally aspirated, 517 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. And it looks awesome. It's got like beefy wheel arches, looks amazing rims, big ass brakes. It's awesome. Really nice. What do you think?
It looked pretty impressive. I'd still prefer an M3 because I know.
But this is better than an M3 in terms of power and.
What about handling?
Handling as well.
You think so?
I haven't driven it yet, so but
what about a Benz vehicle would tell you it's going to be better at handling than a Beamer?
Benzes are, you know, I understand they're like, you know, smooth driving and everything, but this is a Black Series. They used to have the Black Series models. They were downright just like all about brute performance. And that's what this is about.
I'll believe it when I see it. I'll put it that way.
You're gonna drive it?
Oh, of course I will.
All right.
But until then,
when you drive it.
Until then, M3 is king.
I think it's awesome. I think this might actually take out M3 better. All right, so earlier this week, Honda released a picture of the new Honda CR-V concept. This is going to give you like a hint of what the new CR-V is going to look like when it comes out like later this year. And I thought it looked really nice. You saw the picture.
Very nice.
You said it looked really nice. We're pretty excited about it. So it competes with the Toyota RAV4, the Kia Sportage, the compact SUV segment. CR-V is usually, selling well in that segment. So I think they're going to continue to do that with this new crazy looking CR-V they got there.
Yeah, I think all this does is add to the success Honda has had with the CR-V, and I think they're just going to continue that. No concerns at this point with the new CR-V.
Yeah, I like it so far. More pictures though. We want more pictures.
Please, more.
All right, Tamara, you drive a BMW X6, and
Proudly.
you love it, and you think there's nothing better out on the road or nothing that looks like it, right? Except the Acura ZDX, which
I said it looked better than the X6?
No.
Oh, okay, all right.
There's the Acura ZDX, which you're not too fond of, right?
Of course.
What do you think about the Acura ZDX?
I just think it looks like an imitation X6. It's an X6 when you strip away how aggressive the X6 looks, the performance of an X6, and quite frankly, the eye-catchiness of an X6.
Yeah, basically
then you get a
X6.
ZDX.
Yeah, he loves X6, basically.
Right.
So, well, Mercedes-Benz is planning a competitor,
And
right?
it's going to fail.
And
It's going to fail miserably.
they're gonna build it in Alabama, and it's gonna be called the MLC.
Okay?
Right.
Now listen, when you think of the X6, what do you think of? An aggressive-looking, funky-looking SOB kind of an SUV or crossover, whatever you're going to call it.
It looks pretty nice.
You think Benz can come out with something like that? Benz is
Maybe,
targeted
yeah.
to 50 and
Did
over.
you see the new CLS?
Benz is for those that just want to cruise down the road, not for those that want to chase after things.
I'm excited to see what you come up with, Benz. He's
Benz-
not, just because he owns an
Benz-
X6 and he's bitter
Hey
about
Benz,
that.
why don't you just stay in your place and stay out of this segment, huh? It's not your niche. Thank you.
All right, so we didn't see any Cadillacs out here, Main Street in motion, right?
Unfortunately.
He was excited to drive the Cadillac CTS-V, but I think he's gonna be more excited about what I'm about to tell him now.
But we did a review on the CTS-V, and I got a pretty good feel of that, and the wagon.
And the wagon, the CTS-V wagon, really nice car.
But I wanted to drive it on a track like this, as you can see around.
Start?
I'm just excited.
I'm just saying.
Sorry.
All right, so
You got a
Hennessy
lot
is
of pockets
doing.
on, by the way.
Hennessy is doing a little. I don't have a lot of pockets.
You have one, two. First of all, 2 pockets
It's
on
2
a shirt
pockets.
is
Stay
enough.
on course.
And
All
then
right.
you've got like these
Stay on
Air
course.
Force Admiral things over here. Anyway,
for my
sorry.
badges.
Sorry.
All right, so Hennessy is doing a 1,000 horsepower upgrade to the Cadillac CTS-V.
That's ridiculous.
That's
I mean,
really
that-
ridiculous.
That's sick. That's awesome. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just like, wow.
That 0 to 60 in like
Yeah.
3.5 seconds. The regular CTS-V does it in like 3.9, 4.0 seconds, like that.
I mean, think about that.
4.0.
Think about that. 3.5 seconds.
That's really fast.
I mean, that's
I drove the
insane.
CTS-V Coupe, and it's like hurts my stomach because it pushes you in so much when you accelerate hard. That's awesome. I think this is
Right.
going to be even better.
Or maybe if you had some more intestinal fortitude, that wouldn't happen. But anyway, I don't think it'll hurt your stomach. This is sick. This is ridiculous. He's just got to get his mind off his pockets over here and just man up. Good job, Cadillac.
I like my pockets. All right, so you drove the 2011 Ford Explorer here, right? You liked it.
A lot.
You said it was one of the
A
best
lot.
SUVs out here, if not the best SUV out here. Well, this week Ford announced that the 4-cylinder EcoBoost is going to be coming out later this year, right? It gets 28 miles a gallon highway EPA rating. That's pretty crazy.
Right. For an SUV,
For an SUV,
that size,
that's really good.
I think that's a great job by
But
Ford
the weird
right there.
thing about it is it's going to cost more than the V6
Right.
Explorer. So you're going to be paying a premium for a 4-cylinder with less power just because you want more fuel economy.
You see, here's the thing with...
I don't know if I'm a fan of that.
Here's the thing with this setup with Ford, and quite frankly with hybrids and diesel cars in general, right? Well, let's keep diesel cars out of this, but hybrids and electric cars, right? You really got to do an in-depth cost-benefit analysis here, right? I mean, you got to factor in tax incentives. You got to factor in, how much more you're paying for, how much less you're going to pay in fuel costs and all that sort of stuff. Do your research, folks. Do your math, do your homework, and find out whether or not you're really getting a good deal. But initially off the bat, sounds a bit suspect.
Right. So the EcoBoost is going to cost about $995 above the V6 model. So if you really care about fuel economy that much, you're going to be paying initially a lot, $1,000 more. I don't know if it's worth it.
Depends on how much you're driving. But
Yeah.
hey, do your homework. But all in all, the Explorer, big fan of it. Really big fan of it.
20 miles a gallon, that sounds pretty good, though.
Right.
Good job.
Right.
All right, so Infinity's dropping all these teasers for the JX concept, right?
Right.
7-passenger SUV. We saw the 4th one this week. It was the most revealing one out of all of them.
Yep.
What did you think about that?
Hey, I'm a big Infiniti fan. You know that. I was much more of a fan in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. Loved the FX. When the FX came out, it was something different. It was something really unique. It was something shocking. What I've seen so far, especially with this last teaser shot, is it looks like a standard Infiniti. I mean, I don't see much different than how an M looks, a G looks, or an FX. It's just kind of all the same. I think Infiniti's got to step up their game a bit. The only thing we don't know now is how the rest of the body's going to look. We know how the grill is going to look, and
I would like
I don't
to see
think
the
it's
car
anything
already.
to be
I'm
excited
sick of
about.
these teaser shots. It's
Well,
like
but I mean,
three
hey,
more of them to go. Come on,
that's
let's
fine,
see
but
the car.
I'm not expecting anything crazy right now, and I'm not too excited about it.
All right, we'll see what happens. All right, so we saw this week the BMW i3 and the i8 concepts, right? The i3 will be coming out in 2013. The i8 will be coming out in 2014. What did you think about both of the cars?
I think the i8 looked ridiculous.
I knew you would say that.
Well, you knew what I
would only
said.
talk about the i8,
Right.
Because
Now,
the i3 looks like what?
The i3 looks like a piece of crap. I don't know who BMW is going to target that to.
It's an electric car.
It's
you get about like 100 miles on a charge, and it's 150 horsepower.
It's
from electric motor.
Right.
It's pretty nice.
It's got quite a bit of power for an electric car.
Urban driving.
Urban driving, but honestly, like it doesn't look any different than what a Kia would put out there or what Hyundai would put out there. I don't see what the big deal is here with this i3. BMW rethink this, kind of like your GT that you came out with, which is a piece of garbage. This one could be a piece of garbage too. The i8 though looks sick.
The i3 is going to cost about $30,000.
Ridiculous.
So it's going to be pretty nice. I mean, you think about it, the Volt costs how much?
I know, but
right?
I think
the
it's.
Leaf
I think it's.
how much? It
I
costs
think
pretty
it's
similar to that.
I think it's
you're getting a
too
BMW.
Early. Yeah, you're getting the BMW logo, but I didn't get any BMW engineering on the inside when I saw on the outside rather when I saw it.
They're saying it's 50-50 distribution, so the handling's going to be good and everything's going to be nice.
Would you want to be seated in that thing, Omar?
No, I wouldn't. I'd
right.
rather be sitting in the i8.
Yeah.
Now the i8.
The i8, that's something. How much is the i8 going to cost, Omar?
I don't know. I would say it would cost around about a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
It's like a supercar, right? It's supposed to be a sports car.
Chump change, right?
Yeah. Chump change. Yeah, right.
Right.
All right, but it's going to be.
So who is BMW targeting? That's what I want to know. Who's BMW targeting?
So it's going to carry over the electric motor from the i3. Then it's going to get a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine, right? Total output on that is going to be around 350 horsepower, right? 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds. From a fuel efficient car, and you're supposed to, like, if they rate it rightly, it's going to be properly. It's going to be like 70 miles a gallon.
This is a good start, but $200,000, a lot of money. This is not going to be a mass production car here, mass produced car here, right? So I think it's too early. BMW's going down the right, but you know what's interesting, right? You know what the I stands for? Yeah. BMW used to use this I think it was the 60s or the 80s?
67.
It stands for fuel injected, or at least it did back then.
I'm going to have to do some research on this.
I've looked that up. I've looked that up.
No, I mean, I understand it does.
So it's funny.
But I don't know what the new I stands for. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but the old one stood for fuel injected. We're talking about electric cars and hybrids. Yeah. Interesting.
But we're excited about this, so
let's see where it goes.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us on this episode of egmCarTech Burnout. I'm Omar.
And I'm Tamron. I'm a diehard Giants fan, and this thing right here is Giant Stadium.
Jet Stadium.
G-Man. Burning out.
I really don't care. We're here for cars.
Hey, Eli, give me a pass right here.